The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Third quarter starts with a run from LaDainian Tomlinson.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down and back to Tomlinson.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
42 yards on the ground for him so far. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Bledsoe. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper.
And he's going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to LaDainian up the gut. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Bledsoe. Got it complete to Crabtree.
He's got room at the 30.
20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Dickerson trying the right side. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Inside give to Dickerson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. On play action, Rodgers. This is brought in by Casper. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Dickerson on the handoff. There he goes, right side.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. diamonds and blue. You gotta choose.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fielded just outside the goal line. First down, Vic. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On the move past the 40. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Cortland Sutton. 72 yards. And the Steelers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Tomlinson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice.
There he goes left side. The 40. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Michael Vick with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A second-quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go again to Tomlinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and pick it up with Tomlinson. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They'll run for it. It's Tomlinson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st and 10, Bledsoe. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Miles Jack with a sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Bledsoe. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now this throw caught left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On play action, Vick. That's caught. It's Crabtree again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Play action now, Vick. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ron Woodson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Crabtree has it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a play fake. Now Vick. This is Casper catching it out right.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. But gutsy call there. Yanks at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They'll run now with Dickerson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Eric Dickerson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. From the 6. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Vick. That's caught out left side by Casper.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
It's caught by Crabtree. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops it.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the 1st.
first and 10. It's Patterson.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The tackle for loss goes to Bruce Smith. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Michael Vick. Oh, Vick's throw intercepted. Picked off by Chris McAllister. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
With the score, the Steelers 17, Packers 7.
A carry for Dickerson.
Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
To throw on 3rd down. Bledsoe. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Justin Tucker runs for the field goal of 30 yards.
Tucker's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Vick goes play action. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. And a 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Vick to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt from their own end end zone. It's a fake. And this is caught. And he's out right at the 25. The deception there pays off to perfection. 14 yards on the fake punt and a first down. They'll give it to Patterson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Up the middle they run with Bettis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Again, they'll run with Bettis, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give up the middle to Bettis.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right side, it's Bettis. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A carry now for Bettis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now Bettis. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Now, I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll look to throw. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. Well, it took us until the final play.
Boys make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Tell we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Face on my goals, that's a big climb. Face on my floors, unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I ain't what I wanna be, I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my dog, it's the thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness, I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen to boss, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there.
defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. That's Murray. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On the move to his left, and that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on fourth.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lawrence. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Dave Casper.
43 yards.
And the Patriots have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Packers 7. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Bledsoe. That's caught by the Hall of Famer Casper. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Off the play fake. Bledsoe in trouble, and he's taken down.
Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Bledsoe.
And that is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Bledsoe. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bledsoe. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 4th down, Bledsoe. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
On first down, Murray. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a toss wide side. It's Murray. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 36. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Here we go.
Lawrence on the sneak. And boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate a count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Packers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To try again after the sack. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in.
20, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Cortland Sutton. 66 yards.
And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Well, now how about this return?
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Lights, cam, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights, cam, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from Houston. Fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. And I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
He's got a man. It's the tight end, Casper. And he's going to have a Packers first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They'll hand this to Tomlinson, running right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside give to Dickerson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll go right back to the ground with Dickerson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. And he's got some space here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Setting up the screen to Dickerson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Catch is made by Metcalf. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. Bledsoe. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Bledsoe. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Back to throw again. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw on third down.
Bledsoe. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Bledsoe. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now a give left side. It's Dickerson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Dickerson on the handoff. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try and run for it here with Dickerson, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one complete to Okoye. Off play action. Bledsoe. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Off the play fake. Bledsoe. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Eric Dickerson. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Fields hit and the ball is loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
He's got a man, complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Running it with Dickerson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next context.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This is brought in by Casper. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Throwing on first down.
Bledsoe. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion...
And now here's another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That's caught out left side by Casper.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. He's at the 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some